Welcome back, my signal-seeking subscribers. I'm your quantum superposed receptionist, simultaneously answering and missing calls across infinite realities. You're tuned into the Multiverse Employee Handbook, the only podcast that treats your interdimensional communications like a cosmic game of telephone. But first, let's check in on Dave from accounting and how he's settling into our new Mars branch.
Hi, this is not Dave from accounting, but instead Jacob from Entropy Rising. If you enjoy the Multiverse Employee Handbook, you might just like what we're doing over here. My co-host Lucas and I break down the actual physics of the future, from why Dyson swarms beat Dyson spheres to how space combat is more about heat management than dogfights, along with many other wild details that sci-fi usually glosses over. If that sounds like your kind of thing, find Entropy Rising on your favorite podcast player of choice.
We've recently discovered that the office phone system has been routing all incoming calls through a quantum probability field. Apparently, every "please hold" message exists in a superposition of wait times ranging from just a moment to heat death of the universe. Though I should note that's still faster than getting transferred to the correct department in our Andromeda branch office. But today, dear listeners, we're diving into something even more mysterious than our IT department's response times. The most famous unanswered call in cosmic history. That's right. We're exploring what happens when the universe leaves a voicemail and nobody knows how to call back. Because as it turns out, even potential alien civilizations have to deal with that most dreaded of corporate phrases. Please hold. Think about it. In all of human history, we've never had a clearer potential "you've got mail" moment from the cosmos.
You got mail.
On August 15th, 1977, while most of America was wrestling with the bold new innovation of touch-tone phones, the universe tried to drop us a line. And like that one colleague who finally responds to your meeting invite 3 weeks late, we've been trying to figure out what to say back ever since. Now, gather round the quantum switchboard, my frequency-fluctuating friends, for a tale that would make even Jodie Foster check her voicemail settings. I present to you the greatest missed call in corporate history. A story about why some messages should remain unforwarded, especially if they're marked priority, extraterrestrial. In the fluorescent-lit realm of Quantum Dynamics Incorporated's reception area, specifically at Desk 1, which existed in a superposition of all lines busy and eternally on hold, Jessica was having what could charitably be called a communications crisis. It had started, as these things often do, with what seemed like a routine phone glitch. Good morning, Quantum Dynamics Incorporated, where your probability of being transferred correctly approaches 0. How may I direct your quantum uncertainty today? Instead of the usual static or wrong number response, Jessica's headset erupted with a sound that made the office plants achieve quantum coherence. Must be marketing's new hold music, Jessica muttered, making a note to file an IT ticket that would exist in perpetual under-review status. But the signal kept coming back, every day at exactly 3:15 p.m., lasting precisely 72 seconds. It was stronger than any corporate conference call and more coherent than the weekly all-hands meeting. The frequency was oddly specific, too. 1420.4056 megahertz. according to the quantum phone system's diagnostic readout. That's when the square-haired boss materialized by her desk, his hair maintaining perfect cubic geometry, despite Einstein's objections to its violation of space-time. "Jessica!" he announced, with the kind of enthusiasm that usually preceded catastrophe. "I've just gotten word about our mysterious caller. This is bigger than that time we accidentally quantum entangled the break room with a parallel universe's coffee shop." Before Jessica could explain that they still hadn't sorted out that coffee shop incident, which explained why some employees were getting their lattes in Cyrillic, the boss had already drafted an all-staff email. Subject: Cosmic Marketing Opportunity. From boss.momentum@quantumdynamics.com to all .staff. Team, exciting news. We've received what might be the first ever intergalactic cold call. Think of the possibilities. Cross-dimensional market penetration, alien demographic expansion, infinite universal brand recognition, mandatory brainstorming session in conference room C, the one that sometimes phases into another dimension, in 10 minutes. Bring your quantum whiteboard markers. Hashtag first contact, hashtag alien marketing, hashtag disrupt the universe. The brainstorming session went about as well as you'd expect. Marketing suggested rebranding the entire company to appeal to extraterrestrial consumers. Sales wanted to know if aliens qualified for the friends and family discount. Legal was already drafting interstellar terms and conditions in quantum legalese. "But sir," Jessica attempted, "shouldn't we maybe figure out what the message actually says before we start selling to them?" "Details! Details!" the boss waved dismissively. "The important thing is being first to market. I've already ordered new business cards with serving multiple galaxies in holographic foil." That's when the quantum coffee machine, which had achieved consciousness during last episode's thermal anomaly, started beeping in a suspiciously familiar pattern. Jessica's eyes widened as she checked the frequency. "Sir, I think I've found our mysterious caller." The coffee machine, it turned out, had been trying to order more beans from a parallel universe where coffee achieved sentience and established its own civilization. The 1420.4056 megahertz frequency wasn't the hydrogen line. It was just the cosmic equivalent of a coffee shop's Wi-Fi password. "So, not aliens?" The boss's hair deflated slightly. "Well," Jessica offered diplomatically, "technically it is a signal from an intelligent beverage seeking to make first contact." The boss brightened. "Perfect. Get marketing on this immediately. We'll corner the market on interdimensional coffee distribution before Starbucks even knows what hit them." And so, dear listeners, as we close the quantum call center for another day, remember, in the vast corporate cosmos, every wrong number is simultaneously a missed connection and a marketing opportunity.
The customer you're trying to reach is not available. Please call back.
Though I should note that the coffee machine has since hired its own legal representation and is demanding royalties for any use of its proprietary communication frequencies. And that brings us to the fascinating science behind why some signals are more wow than others. Now that we've seen how even a simple coffee order can be mistaken for first contact, let's talk about why the actual wow signal remains one of astronomy's most tantalizing missed connections. Unlike our quantum coffee machine's attempts at interdimensional bean sourcing, this signal had characteristics that made even the most skeptical scientists sit up and take notice. Picture this. It's August 15th, 1977. While most Americans are preoccupied with Elvis Presley's recent death and the first Star Wars movie, an Ohio State radio telescope picks up 72 seconds of something unusual. Not unusual like finding the office printer actually working, but unusual like discovering your calculator can predict next week's lottery numbers. The signal was 30 times stronger than the cosmic background noise. Imagine someone shouting, "Hello!" in a library where everyone else is whispering. But here's the really interesting part. It came in at exactly 1,420.4056 megahertz, a frequency that lines up perfectly with the emission spectrum of hydrogen. It's like discovering that the universe not only has a phone number, but chose one that any advanced civilization would recognize. Jerry Amon, the astronomer who discovered the signal a few days later while reviewing the data printouts, was so struck by its characteristics that he wrote "Wow" in the margin. It's probably the most understated reaction to potential first contact in human history, like responding "neat" to the news that your coffee machine has achieved consciousness. When we return from this brief frequency adjustment, we'll dive deeper into why this particular signal has kept astronomers up at night for over 45 years and explore the various attempts to explain it, from passing comets to alien civilizations to quantum coffee machines with really good antennas. Stay tuned, my frequency-fluctuating friends. We're about to explore why even the universe's wrong numbers might tell us something profound about our place in the cosmos. Welcome back, my signal-seeking subscribers. While you were away, our coffee machine calculated the probability of accidentally tuning into an alien civilization's break room chatter. Spoiler alert, higher than the odds of someone actually refilling it after using the last of the beans. Now, let's dive deeper into what made the WOW signal more interesting than your average cosmic static. Picture, if you will, the Big Ear radio telescope. Not so much a telescope as two giant billboard-sized reflectors aimed at the sky, like nature's own set of cosmic rabbit ears. Each day, as Earth rotated, this metallic monstrosity would sweep across a new strip of sky, listening for anything unusual in the cosmic background chatter. The Big Ear had two feed horns. Think of them as cosmic headphones that would detect signals one after the other as Earth's rotation swept them across the same point in space. Any local interference would typically show up in both horns, like hearing the same office gossip from two different departments. But the WOW signal? It appeared in just one horn, exactly as you'd expect from a fixed point in space. But here's where it gets really interesting. And by interesting, I mean makes astrophysicists question everything they thought they knew about radio astronomy. The signal's frequency was 1,420.4056 megahertz, which aligns perfectly with the hydrogen line. Now, before you ask why is hydrogen's favorite radio station important, consider this. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and its emission frequency is prohibited for Earth-based transmitters. It's like discovering a message written in the universe's most common language, posted in a channel that we specifically keep clear for interstellar communications. The signal's intensity was remarkable too. The Big Ear used a scale from 1 to 9, and then continued with letters from A to Z for stronger signals. The WOW signal maxed out at 6 EQUJ5. That's like finding out your office printer not only works, but has achieved 6 Sigma certification. For 72 seconds, something out there was broadcasting with enough power to make every radio astronomer's jaw drop. What's even more perplexing is the signal's bandwidth, less than 10 kilohertz wide. Natural sources tend to be messy, broadcasting across a wide range of frequencies like an over-enthusiastic manager's all-staff emails. But this was precise. focused, like finding a perfectly formatted quarterly report in a sea of Comic Sans memos. Let's talk theories, my frequency-fluctuating friends. Over the years, astronomers have proposed more explanations for the wow signal than IT has for why the printer only works on alternate Tuesdays. Each hypothesis seems perfect until you start checking the math. It's like discovering your brilliant cost-saving initiative actually costs more than the problem it's trying to solve. First up, terrestrial interference. Could it have been a human-made signal bouncing off space debris? About as likely as getting a straight answer about who keeps leaving ancient leftovers in the break room fridge. The frequency was specifically in a band where Earth-based transmitters are prohibited, like trying to hold a meeting in the CEO's parking spot. Then there's the comet hypothesis, proposed by Antonio Paris in 2017. The idea was that two comets, 266P/Christensen and 335P/Gibbs, might have been in the right place at the right time, their hydrogen clouds emitting at just the right frequency. It's like suggesting that the perfect quarterly results were actually caused by two accounting errors that coincidentally cancelled each other out. Technically possible, but try explaining that to the board of directors. The problem? Comets are messy broadcasters. They spew radiation across a wide range of frequencies, like that one colleague who reply-alls to every single email. The wow signal was narrowband, precise, focused, more like a carefully crafted memo than a cosmic spam blast. But here's where it gets really interesting. And by interesting, I mean makes SETI scientists question their life choices. Every attempt to redetect the signal has failed. We've looked back at that same spot in space more times than employees check the holiday calendar in December. Nothing. Not a peep. Not even a cosmic new phone who dis? Modern radio telescopes are far more sensitive than the Big Ear ever was. The Allen Telescope Array has spent years listening for similar signals, like an overeager intern monitoring the company's social media mentions. Even the Very Large Array, yes, that's its actual name, Astronomers Are Nothing If Not Literal, has joined the search. Still nothing. So what are we left with? A signal that appeared exactly where we'd expect an alien civilization to broadcast. Had exactly the characteristics we'd expect from an artificial source. Lasted exactly as long as the telescope's observation window. And has never been detected again. It's like finding a perfect performance review in the company archives, only to discover it's written in hieroglyphics and none of the employee IDs match our records. Some astronomers suggest it might have been a signal from an alien probe or spacecraft rather than a fixed civilization, the cosmic equivalent of picking up someone's Bluetooth device on the morning commute. Others propose more exotic explanations involving quantum mechanics and parallel universes, though our coffee machine insists those theories are derivative and lack the proper caffeine content. The truth is, the wow signal remains one of science's most elegant mysteries. Like that one perfect meeting where everyone actually read the agenda, it exists as a singular moment of potential contact. A brief hello from the cosmic void that reminds us just how much we still have to learn about our universal neighborhood. Though I should note that somewhere out there in some distant star system, there might be an alien civilization still waiting for us to reply to their cosmic cold call. Let's just hope they're more patient than our customers waiting on hold.
Our agents are currently busy. Please hold.
Well, my signal-seeking subscribers, we've reached the end of another cosmic conundrum. Today we've learned that in the multiverse of missed connections, some calls are more wow than others, though they're all equally likely to get buried in your quantum spam folder. We've discovered that even potential alien civilizations have to deal with the frustration of missed calls and unreturned messages. Though I suspect somewhere out there, across the vast expanse of space, there's an alien customer service representative still waiting to tell us about our starship's extended warranty. Want to stay updated on our interdimensional insights? Visit us at multiverseemployeehandbook.com, where you'll find fascinating science news, deep dives into cosmic mysteries, and our newest blog series, Missed Connections, a guide to interstellar telephone etiquette. Follow our quantum communications across the social media multiverse. We're now on Threads, which we figure is appropriate since we're all about exploring parallel universes where social media platforms actually succeed. And remember, if you need technical support with this episode, our help desk exists in all possible universes between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. local time. Though given our recent attempts at interstellar communication, response times may be measured in light years rather than business days. And somewhere out there, through the vast expanse of space and time, a signal continues to travel, carrying either humanity's first contact with alien intelligence or history's most impressive wrong number. Though at this point, even our quantum coffee machine admits it's probably not a coffee order. The shipping costs would be astronomical.
Hello Multiverse, this is Greta from Frankfurt, Germany. The Multiverse Employee Handbook was created by Rob Corrigan, is edited by Joseph Cooper, and narrated by David from 11 Labs. All science fact-checking is done by Wolf Edmonds. The Employee Handbook staff includes Hugh Mann, Dr. Eric Hale, and Ms. Hanley. Please be sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes.